Welcome back, Truth Seeker. Saturday, December 22nd, 2018, the top news story was the destructive tsunami in Indonesia that's reportedly killed hundreds, which was triggered by a volcano. And most people will just look at this as an act of Mother Nature that created a tragedy. And while there's a possibility that is what happened, there's something very suspicious that you can only understand by being aware of the code that I have written a book about. In my book, Letters and Numbers, one of the chapters is on weather warfare by the numbers. Since 1952, it's been admitted by world militaries that weather warfare is taking place in this world. There's the technology to induce flash flooding. There's the technology to create earthquakes. This has been a point of world militaries since the late 1800s to develop the technology to use acts that can be blamed on Mother Nature to target enemies. And what I explain in that chapter is you'll notice how all throughout history, on dates with 52 numerology, these terrible tragedies take place again and again. 52, 52, 52. And look at the date of December 22nd, 18. 12 plus 22 plus 18 is 52. Words that share gematria of 52 are flood and earth, and tsunamis cause flooding. Indonesia was flash flooded. It swept away properties, it swept away people, it swept away animals. It was also, again, 1952, the first year that it was admitted by a world military that things such as this were going on. It was the Royal Air Force in the UK, the first to come out. The United States later admitted it during Vietnam, that they were using technology to induce flash flooding. And since then, HAARP has been established. Since 1993, it's been admitted that there's this military facility in Alaska known as HAARP, stands for the High Frequency Active Auroral Research Program. Even the History Channel has done a documentary on HAARP showing how the powerful waves that it sends out into the atmosphere, they bounce off the ionosphere, they come back down, and they have the power to shake the ground. They have the power to concentrate heat and energy to, activate things such as fault lines, such as volcanoes. In addition to that, you also have the US military and other world militaries admitting that for the better part of a century, they were detonating atomic and nuclear bombs underground and above ground for research purposes. Ask yourself, what would you be doing detonating bombs underground? Spending millions of dollars, billions of dollars, probably trillions of dollars detonating explosives underground thousands of times over several decades. What are you trying to figure out? What's the point of blowing up bombs deep underground? Is it to trigger fault lines? Is it to trigger volcanoes? I think it absolutely is. And I don't think it's a coincidence that they came out in 1952 and first admitted to this. And I don't think it's an accident that again and again, these big natural disasters that make the headlines fall on dates with 52 numerology. Wrote about it a lot in the book. Since the book's released, we've already had a number of examples this year to go over and discuss. Notice the word tsunami has gematria of 97 and 25. Flood and earth also have this gematria of 25. 97 is the 25th prime number. Death also has this gematria of 97 and 25. Tsunamis, flooding, they bring about death, as we know. The other thing I point out in the chapter on weather warfare and natural disasters by the numbers is that the date numerology, more often than not, is specific to the location that's targeted. So December 22nd, 2018, that was a date with a life lesson number of 45. Indonesia, which got hit by this tsunami, equals 45. And in CNN's reporting, they say a tsunami that hit Pandeglang, Serang, and South Lampung, Indonesia Saturday night killed at least 62 people. That was the initial reporting. Now it's up to 222 Nice numerological number there. But notice that first town name, Pandeglang, 45 forwards and backwards. Just like the 45 date numerology. Serang, the next town named, has gematria 28 and 35. This South Lampung has gematria 58, like Freemasonry. Again, Freemasonry is in control of governments and military worldwide. But you just got to go, what are the odds? What are the odds? And, you know, if you read the book, if you read the chapter on weather warfare and natural disasters by the numbers, it's the same type of patterns all throughout history. So, December 22nd also had this date numerology of 34. From Reuters, a tsunami killed at least 43 people on the Indonesian island of Java and Sumatra and injured hundreds following an underwater landslide caused by a volcanic eruption. Java goes with the date numerology. Sumatra has perfect overlap with Saturn, and this came during the time of Saturnalia. Saturn has to do with death and judgment. Very important planet to the occult. Saturnalia goes from December 17th to December 23rd. It began Monday. It ends today, Sunday. Notice this happened on Saturday. Saturday, the day of the week named after Saturn during the time of Saturnalia, which again has to do with death and judgment and time. Is it all an accident? I absolutely do not think it is. Media was emphasizing the phrase volcano tsunami last night. I noticed the mount that exploded, Mt Krakatoa, has the gematria of 82 like volcano tsunami. Weather warfare also equals 82. Could have added that to the list. I don't know if this technically counts as weather. It's more of a act of Mother Nature. The number 222 represents the phrase order out of chaos, the Masonic motto. And look at what's already going on in the world. You know, they're already raising money. All these charities come out and start raising money. What people need to understand is these big organizations that raise money, a lot of times they don't even give it to the victims. It's like they just thieve it from the generous public. People say, oh, I can text $5, $10, $20 into that number right now. Let me do that. And they don't realize that that $5, $10, $20 that they're sending in, they'll be lucky if $1 of it makes it to the people who actually need it. You know, the Red Cross, symbol of the Knights Templar, Masonic organization. How many times have they even been exposed in the mainstream media for not giving the money to the actual people they're supposedly raising it for? People continue to donate to these organizations. So, to me, what I look at this as is it's a form of population control. They target these poor populations, you know, thin them out. And then also they raise money from the Western world, you know, pretty much just stealing it. So, and they do it all as ritual. So again, if you think this is crazy, definitely read my book. You know, it's only $5, nearly 800 pages. Each chapter, you'll get more than your money's worth. You know, you read 5 pages, you'll have already gotten your money's worth. But read the chapter on these natural disasters by the numbers. See if you don't see a very repetitive pattern. I start right with 52 at the beginning of the chapter because it's so redundant. It's just again and again and again. And go back and look at the videos that are up on this channel. Keep in mind I'm on my 18th YouTube channel, so a lot of things I've covered over the years have been wiped off YouTube. But just since I started this channel in July, I already covered a number of weather warfare incidents that have to do with 52, especially during hurricane season. Hurricane's another word that sums to 52 in the most pure of the base ciphers. Notice hurricane's 97 as well. Again, 97's the 25th prime. All these numbers go together. It's not an accident that the English language was built this way. No. So, we'll leave it there for now, Truth Seeker. Until next time.